Well, we're doing question 1.1 that says solve for x. And in the previous videos, we did question 1.1.1 and question 1.1.2. Now we're going to do question 1.1.3. So on the right here, 1.1.3, that says 4x squared minus 1 lesser than 0. All right. This is not an equation. This is an inequality. It means because of the symbol lesser than, it means the solution of x is over a certain interval, okay? Unlike the equation where the solutions are fixed numbers like 4 and -8. But with equation, the solution will be over a certain interval. Now, to do that, we're first going to determine the critical values. The critical values are the boundaries, those boundaries that determine the interval over which the solution is. Now, let's do that. We have like, we're first going to find the critical values. I say, we're going to do, I'm going to write a critical value. Critical values, okay? Then we have like 4x squared minus 1 lesser than 0. Notice that 4 is a square number, x squared is given to be, x squared is also squared, and 1 is also a square number. So we can write this like 2x minus 1, like this. It's going to be like, it can be written like 2x to the power of 2 minus 1 to the power of 2, lesser than 0. Okay. Why am I doing that? Because we do know the property that we call the difference between the square property that says a squared minus b squared equal to a minus b, or a plus b times a minus b. So we're going to apply this formula here. Now, this will be 2x plus 1, okay, close, and then 2x minus 1, lesser than 0. We can swap the plus and minus here. It doesn't want to really matter because it's a product. Now, the critical values are when we're going to set 2x plus 1 equal to 0, or 2x minus 1 equal to 0. And now, if we work out x, we're going to have 2x is equal to -1, or 2x is equal to 1. And then over here, we divide both sides by 2. Okay, we divide by 2, by 2, by 2, by 2. And then we get x equal to -1/2, or x equal to 1/2. Then these values of -1/2 and 1/2 are not the solution, but they're just, they're not the solutions of this inequality, but they're just the boundaries of the interval over which the solution is supposed to be. Now, we're going to draw the number line over here. We're going to do the number line. I'm going to draw my number line over there, okay? And then in the number line here, I will place the critical values. So they are like -1/2. I must put them in ascending order, okay? And 1/2. Now we're going to substitute some values for x, okay? Because over here we have like the intervals are like from -∞ to -1/2, and from -1/2 to 1/2. And then from 1/2 to +∞. Okay, we have like 3 intervals there. But now we want to see where the solution is. How can we do that? All right, we will select any number within an interval. I'm going to start with the first interval. If I take a number like in the first interval here, I take a number like -1. Okay, and then I will sum the value of -1 by x over here, -1 and -1. And now let's see. I will have a negative answer here. That makes a -1 also. And if I put up a -1, I have a negative also. So then negative, okay, times another negative, this will make positive. Okay, so we say excuse me, in this interval, the solution will always be the solution will always be positive. And then this will work regardless of the value one can select within this interval from -∞ to -1/2. Okay, then let's move on. I want to select also another number in the next interval between -1/2 and 1/2. I'll take a number like 0. So if I sub 0 for x, I will have, this will make a positive number 1. This will make a negative number, -1. 1 times -1 makes negative, okay, -1. So that means over this interval between -1/2 and 1/2, the solution will always be negative, regardless of the number one can select, as long as the number is in between the two boundaries, -1/2 and 1/2. Now I'm moving on the other interval, this interval, okay? I'm gonna pick up any number. There, I'm gonna take a number like 1, for instance. If I take a number 1, I'll sub in the number 1 here and 1 there. So if I sub 1 for x here and then 1 for x there, I will have again 3 times 1, which is positive. So this side, the solution will always be positive. Okay, here the solution will always be positive. But as we want the answer that will be negative, okay? Negative, we want a negative answer. Now, this means that our solution lies in between -1/2 and 1/2. Okay, so the solution is not here, is not there either, because then they are positive. We want a negative answer. So our answer will be then -1/2 lesser than or equal, no, not equal, but lesser than x. We say -1/2 must be lesser than x, and x lesser than 1/2. This is what the solution is. Okay, thank you.